Hey guys, so I got this in today. This is an HDMI emulator plug, and what this does is allows you, if you have multiple mining systems, such as I have here, I can't share this monitor to all of them without having a KVM, which is a keyboard video mouse device, due to the limited amount of inputs. And so what this does, when I remote in to the system using something like TeamViewer or something along those lines, some sort of remote program, it doesn't detect that there's a monitor plugged in. And if you have a card like an RX 480 or some sort of Vega 56 or 64, you're going to run into a problem where if it doesn't detect something plugged in like this, this is just an emulator, so it tricks it into thinking that a monitor is plugged in. So for about $8 or so, you can get one of these, or for like 12 or 13, you can get a 3-pack. Anyway, what ends up happening is you get a trick on your system that thinks it's got a monitor, and it allows you to overclock and run the system just like you normally would. At this point, without this plug and without a monitor plugged in, because I was using it on the main system, I didn't want to just keep switching it in and out, in and out, in and out, you know, just to get it up to where I need it to be. So currently running without an overclock because Radon software doesn't allow it to without it being plugged in and the monitor turned on. Same thing for the Vegas. You want to get something like this, you plug it in the back, and it allows you to overclock even when you're connected remotely without an actual monitor plugged in. So again, all this is a little dummy emulator for a monitor. It's HDMI, you plug it in, and it tricks the system into thinking it has something plugged in. So as you can see, the RX 480 is running. I have a dummy emulator plug plugged in. There's no other monitor inputs on any of my video cards. The motherboard has a VGA plugged in, but it's useless for when you want to do the overclock and that type of thing. You can see RX 480, and this is a R9 270X, can't really tell there, but when you get on the monitor, it doesn't allow you to overclock it because you don't have something plugged in. But obviously I don't have a VGA plug on the newer graphics cards, and the DVI is being used on this system, and if I keep swapping it back and forth, I risk damaging something, screwing up some wires, and all that other good stuff. So it's not really fun to do anyway. You know, weaving things in and out over here, as you can see, it's kind of a rat's nest at this point. And I do need to organize, but they're running just fine, and I don't turn them off unless I find an opportunity where it naturally shut down or power goes out for the house or something. But I look for those opportunities rather than just doing it sporadically and taking the machine offline when I don't need to. So guys, this is the type of behavior we see on the system where something like MSI Afterburner and other programs don't pick up the graphics cards that you have installed until you install something like something like that HDMI emulator. So what I will show you now, it's been installed. Let's go ahead and reboot the system and try to get it online and recognized so that we can overclock and get ourselves some better numbers, because currently I'm only running 18 mega hashes on my RX 480, so it's not being used to its full potential. So it looks like we did not even have to reboot. I right-clicked on my desktop, went to screen resolution, and hit the detect button, and the thing popped up right away. So if you see there, it's actually called the dummy, which is kind of hilarious that it actually detects it as a dummy or whatever the name is. But now if you notice, if we start something like Afterburner, we're actually able to, yep, there we go. So we're able to see the timings now, and we're able to overclock and do whatever we need to do. And the added benefit is once one of them is online and available, the other one is also. So before I couldn't see the numbers for either, now I see the numbers for both, and you're free to overclock. So you're welcome, guys. You no longer have to have a monitor plugged in, especially annoying to those folks that had multiple Vega systems where they only had one monitor and they had to buy another monitor just to plug it in. Much cheaper solution, as I mentioned. So just throw that dummy in there and it works just like it has a regular monitor plugged in. Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed it, and thumbs up if you liked it. If you hated it, thumbs down, and go ahead and just buy the device below if you want to support this video and this channel, I appreciate that, and I'll get a couple pennies and, you know, for a job well done. Take care. Thanks for the tip.